Hello Guardians, it is Ebontis here, and this is going to be a run through for the weekly campaign mission. This is going to be week 4, and this is going to be for the Cunning. So these are going to be a while to go through all the rotations. That's why I know this is later in the week to put out the video, but I'm at least going to show you guys how I do it. 1, you can solo it, you can get 100,000 points, so you can get your Pinnacle drop by yourself. 2, you're going to get possibly some high stat armor or possibly some Ascendant Alloy. My alloy has been nice. It's been like 3 out of 4 runs, but again, it's not guaranteed. But I got this thing to less than 25 minutes and a couple runs for, you know, chance at high armor, chance at Ascendant Alloy, and I got my Pinnacle done with the practice as well. It worked out, honestly, to be worthwhile. So you've got Arc, Solar, and Void, which really messes with things. So again, I don't want to go too deep on the loadout discussion, but again, we'll get there in a second. You got Match Game, and you got Overload, and you got Unstoppable. Now, I'm using Arbalest just for all the shields. If you don't have Arbalest, I understand things are going to get a little complicated, but I'm still showing you my loadout. I'm going Void Pulse Rifle. That's going to cover my Unstoppable champions. And then my class item, I'm going Overload Grenades. And with Void Grenades, you can Overload Stun a champion. So that's my main loadout. Now, Heavy, at that point, being as I have Arbalest covered, I've got all my shields covered, so I just picked a Linear Fusion. I could run this one. I could run this one. They're all going to hit pretty hard. They're all going to work. This is just one that I've got a really good setup on, so I just chose to run with that one. You don't even need to run something like probably at least like major champion here. You're going to kill mostly little ads with this, so I'm going minor spec on this. Arbalest is an exotic. I can't do anything about that. If you don't have Arbalest, something like a sniper rifle will serve similar purpose. But then you're going to need to find some way to deal with Arc, Solar, and Void. So then at that point, you're going to have to manage Arc for your subclass, or Void for your subclass if you're going to kind of maintain my loadout. So if you have Void up here, then you're going to need Arc or Solar here and Arc or Solar here. Now, if you go Void up here, my recommendation is going to be something like find an Ogma with Adaptive Munitions. Now, I know this is a random roll, but if you see an Ogma this season with Adaptive Munitions on it, keep it. Because it's a Pulse Rifle for Unstoppable, so that's one of your champions, and it can manage other types of shields with Adaptive Munitions, which is good. So it does 2 birds with 1 stone. Same thing if you get a bow with I think one of these bows, like this one, might have Adaptive Munitions on it, which, again, you could use for barrier champions if you don't have that one and switch it up. But the fact that you would have to run a Pulse Rifle and then an Auto Rifle or an SMG for Overload is annoying, hence why I went Void. And then my Heavy is my choice. But again, if you went Solar here and you had Void up here, then you would want Arc here. Whether it's a Grenade Launcher, if you have a Tarantula Linear Fusion Rifle for that longer range, if you got a Void Rocket, or if you got a Arc Rocket Launcher, that's going to work too. So if you have to cover them all, you're going to have to mix it up, but I'm going to show you my run. Make sure you've got, I've got Linear Fusion Double Stack, which works very well for mods. So Ammo Finders, I don't even have reserves on there, but Scavengers, those are the most important ones. And then Pulse Rifle Reloader for this thing, so it's just lightning fast. So I'm going to show you guys this run. Hopefully you enjoy it. And if anybody gets any good drops from it, let me know in the comments below. So here we go. All right, so when you get going, apparently the game felt like turning me around. Biggest thing is just run. Now, the one thing I'll tell you, if you don't get the 100K the first time, that is okay. It took me a couple runs to kind of polish it up a little bit and get things running a bit smoother. But if you run it, a couple of times and then you do get that 100K, there's your Pinnacle. Probably going to get 1 or 2, Ascendant Alloy when you practice this. Run it 2 or 3 times, and then you're probably good. Get an Ascendant Alloy or 2, get a Pinnacle, and you're going to be good to go. So it's worth running 1 or 2 more times extra just because once you do get used to this thing, it actually works pretty well for a Pinnacle because that 100K is definitely attainable.
If this object is what you promise.
All right, so once you come in, you're going to have some enemies off to the side. Now, I'm running exotic so I can get my abilities back a little bit faster, but I'll try to use them a little more sparingly with you guys. Mainly the grenades for the Overload. And again, when you start, you're looking to just take out these ads in the middle so you can work on the Overload champion with a little bit less annoyance coming at you. Watch out for the Raiders. Those guys will actually hurt the most. The Raiders right now from Scorn just hit like a truck. But yeah, embracing Void Whelps or like, Well of Tenacity and stuff like that, do it because you have the option. So now I can come back here. Got a little room to actually fight this guy. And then if you get a stun on him with that, and your grenade is the only way to stun him, then you need to focus everything you can to actually kill him. Once you kill that champion, you can go through the portal, get your rally flag up, so your super's up. That'll refill your ammo pretty quick, which is nice. And then when I come out here, I'm just going to go through this thing as I previously did. I'm going to go for a couple quick kills there, just because I want those raiders dead. These guys, I'm going to chunk a grenade, because I know the overload's going to be a little while. And it's a nice way to consolidate most of those ads. Now, all that empowered stuff on the side, that's due to my exotic. But if you have any exotics or you want to run a loadout, you want to lean into your grenades as heavily as possible if your grenade is going to be your overload weapon. It's just kind of an important piece of this. All right, so now you're going to have that all these tarnished raiders up here. So your goal is to take them out and try and do it from some semblance of cover. Now, the good thing about this one is it does require... good thing's a nice way to put it. But it requires pinnacles. You would just stay still. You gotta love when enemies, like, flinching. There, when you can flinch them. I love how your health comes back. That's fun. Since I totally dropped your butt, but it didn't count it. Anyway. And just because I'm running linear, I can kind of bounce back and forth. Next thing you're gonna have is coming up here. Again, more Void shields here. That's why Void is probably what I recommend for that energy slot. And again, you can use the upper deck as cover as you get ready. Now, the Overload Champion, nothing you can do about it. You do have to push up on that one. So you can be accurate with your grenade, and you want to make sure one of these is not up as well. So when you can get that grenade up there for the stun, again, it is very important to be aggressive. Probably not get this close, because I've also got these guys spawning up now, and there's also going to be some... the big guys in the back are the ones you want to avoid. So dealing with the Ravagers, remember, shoot their little lanterns. That's how you crit them. But again, I'm getting volatile wells. I'm getting that type of stuff from void wells. I haven't done a void build video per se, but it's one I recommend embracing because it's going to be here for the season. Almost got him. Got one more set of these Ravagers coming. Now I got the other champion on the bridge. I have had the champion that's on the bridge 100% spawn in this room that I'm in right now. Or where this other champion spawned. So be aware, he could be in here. So I've seen him spawn in here, but otherwise you just got a champion. Get ready to stun him. And again, you can get a little aggressive with the damage. You'll be okay. And you do get a rally flag coming up later on. So if you get a little lower on ammo, that's okay.
Tell us more about this temple.
But that's just one of those things. Now, if you have a Nova Bomb, if you've got... I'm trying to think, like, Hunter for, like, kind of more burst damage. Nova Bomb is just, like... If you can run this thing on a Warlock, Nova Bomb's probably just going to be wonderful for you just to nuke areas. But... for those of us who don't have a Nova Bomb, work with what we got. So these are a couple quick puzzles. They're not exactly that hard, but I'll show you. You just got to make sure. There's about 4 or 5 of these things throughout this run. You just got to shoot them, all the pieces as you go through, and just know where you're looking. It's the biggest way to do it.
Why didn't she return to upgrade her defenses with the light? Why haven't the loosened hive come to confront?
Once you come around this corner, same thing. Now you're going to stand and get the reveal in the middle. I'll show you where 5 of them are the best that I can. So we're going to reveal. You're going to go left. I'm going to turn back to about 3 o'clock or about 4 o'clock. Come back here. Shoot the one underneath. Shoot the one on the back wall. And then come around this corner and shoot this one like behind over there at like 7 o'clock. And the middle of the clock is the middle of where I was standing. Anyway, so as you run through, like those really are not too bad, but that's just where you're going to look for them. This is where you're going to have your grenades. Now, champion-wise, there's really not one in here. All you've got is just a whole bunch of raiders and chieftains. And this is the one where you could sit here and you could work this champion down. If you do break that shield, then you better kill it, is all I'm saying. So if you chunk a grenade, and then if you chunk anything else that's the wrong type, spend the time to work on that guy. And guess what? You can stand on this platform, and you don't have to deal with all the screebs either. I would recommend killing the screebs because they're quick and easy points if you can. So if you have like a grenade that you can now throw at the door, chunk grenades outside, volatile rounds, and sit here and farm these guys for points, it's just easy, and you may as well. Make sure you get all the screeb. Those are about the easiest points you'll ever have. And then if you got like one more set of ads, now my grenade's up again, so I can throw that. Everything should basically be dead, so I'm just going to run. All but one or two guys. You don't want to wait too long, but it's a group of ads. But if you're worried about time, honestly, I've had more points. It's not necessary. I ended up with like 118k one time. So you could skip it if you really need to.
It's quite a sight, isn't it? Can't accuse Savathun of being too humble.
That's the overshield. If you're a Warlock, go Devour, because there's no reason not to. These guys are low level, but I'm also, I think, punching harder because of my overshield. Now, you're going to have two chieftains up here. One champion and one non-champion. Both get to be a little annoying on in their own right. And this is where the solar champion, or the solar shield, comes in. So, can't do anything to him until I stun him with my overload grenade. So what I want to do is I want to focus him up and get... All I care about is the stun champion. Now, I can't even see him. Now, it wasn't quite as bad because we're on Legend. On Master, his shield would have come back sooner. So now, this is where Arbalist, I can break any shield I want. And that's why that's important. When you have triple shields, it's just honestly one of those things that is a godsend since that thing became popular. Once you do that, you can't go across the bridge. You got to do this little side run. No, I went fast there, but as time is of the essence, I'm trying to move quickly. And show you guys that those pieces really aren't that bad. Next section. I'm going to save my bubble in a defensive sake for where I kind of have to defend a plate in kind of that next platform up there. So that's why I'm not using it quite right now. But if you got a Nova Bomb and you want to use it, more power to you on certain spots if you feel like you want to. Now, the Raiders are a little more on the annoying side, so if you really just want to delete these guys... Now, I'm using this piece of cover for a very important reason, because this guy's sitting here. Heavies will kill him, though, so it does wonders. Now, you're going to have more guys across the way, and you're going to have some down below. So now's a good time if you got, like, Vortex Grenade or anything that's going to do what it's going to do. Pull those guys in. Now, a well invisibility can work, but at this point, the snipers are just annoying. I'm going to delete these guys if I can. Or I'm going to get killed because I'm standing on the edge of my barrier. Dying here is a bit more of an issue because you got to wait the full, like, 25 seconds. So it takes a bit. You just kind of got to hang out, but you guys can see, you'll see basically that time is a little tight, but when it gets comfortable, it's really not that bad. It just takes a little getting used to. But that's why I said, if you don't get the 100k the first time, focus on the champions, wait as long as you need for your grenades to come back, and go for the, platinum rewards. Then when you want to go faster, and you get, different loadout options, then you can go after 100k. That's the big thing. Like, pick your battles. Don't, beat yourself up over trying to get the 100k too soon. Just because you're like, I really want it, but I can't quite seem to get there. Focus on what you can get first. So that way when you're farming the platinum rewards, you're getting hopefully some Ascendant Alloy out of this. Then later on, you're able to get the other pieces. The Raiders in this thing are really annoying. Aim assist on linear fusion rifles is a bit generous, I know. So now again, your focus needs to be on that overload champion. So getting him killed, where did he go? Oh, he was down below? Are you kidding? So I feel like I've got a bonus ad. Can you get me my overshield? Now, being as I have this exotic on, I get my grenades back sooner. If you don't have this exotic, grenades are going to be a little on the slower side. Or go into, Demolitionist, go into... And these guys just not... And this is why having so few options for overload is really annoying. Just because, and again, here's the point where you got, so there's 2 arc shields. I should take that back. 2 arc shields that you got to deal with, and this is the other one. You get them low enough to use that finisher. And you will be getting a rally flag after the middle defense section.
We should take bets on what this this object's gonna be.
So again, you can tell this is not exactly like a perfect run, and we're still going to get this thing
You have a
done.
pretty solid theory based on what we found so far.
It's just one of those things I've run it about 5 times now, so I'm very comfortable doing it. It took me a little while to know where everything's at. But Arbalest for triple shields, I'm not going to lie, it does make a difference. Because if they're going to do if you're going to have triple shields in an activity, and you're going to make me use 2 primaries, it just gets to be really annoying. As Void 3.0 is now so much better, so... This is one of those things that's a patience time. It's going to take the game a little while to get where we want it on some of these things. Hey, if you knock them off the edge, you knock them off the edge. Do what you got to do. Now, here's probably where a rocket would be good for ad clear, and I don't have one, so I'm going to have to try and do a little volatile well situation. But yeah, that's the reload speed of Insanity. Between the mod and then Frenzy, reloads go pretty quick.
Guardian, look.
Now, this one's probably going to be a little tough if you're down on ammo, but now is also where I recommend you use all your abilities, your super, because you are going to get a rally flag nearly right after this. You got a couple ads, but you'll get one soon. So I'm going to use the grenade over there for a little defense, knowing I've got some ads coming. Watch the Ravagers smashing your plate. Now, if you have to get off the plate here, honestly, that's okay. If you got to get off the plate and move, just so you feel like you can survive, that's okay. It's also a way to control the ad spawns. So don't worry about it. And that guy's probably going to be the most annoying. So at this point, I can turn around, let him jump back down to me, and bust out a sniper. But again, if you need to get off, just make your life easier, get off, clear the ads that are up, and then do it again. And again, if these guys are coming at you, back up a little bit. Make sure what's dead is dead. But yeah, if you get off, so much easier than dying, waiting 30 seconds, jumping over here. If you're like, oh, I need to run, go hide on one of the sides and you'll be okay. Once you do this, the big bridge is going to come down, so grab any ammo you've got. But you're literally about to get a rally flag, but this will just help you with a few ads that spawn. You're going to get about 4 raiders on the bridge. 1 overload champion, so save your grenades. Now, I'll be a little more liberal here with some of my ammo, just because I know I'm about to get refilled. Overload champion in the back. So on the overloads, I tend to get a little more aggressive because I do not want the grenade to miss. I want him to kind of be standing still, mid-fire. And then up here, what you're going to want to do is kind of touch the top of the stairs, get the ads to spawn, and then pull back and see which one comes at you. One's unstoppable, one is not. I didn't quite kill him fast enough, so I'm going to pull back down the stairs, reload my heavy. And there we go. Now you're about to get a rally flag coming up, so if you're low on ammo and you're like, I'm dying over here, you're good.
Have you found the object yet?
It's about 15 minutes. This is longer than I would like, but the timer stops losing points at about 25. I think it's 25 or 20. I think it's 25, so you should have time. If it's 20, I apologize. This guy is annoying, but this is where you're basically all void on the way out. You don't have to worry about too much else. See here, this is typically where I come in the back corner. You're going to deal with this guy, so snipe him. Turn the corner. You're going to have plenty of void shield guys. So you break the shield and then into their face. Now that's the boss. He's going to hurt. He is a sniper, straight up. Now, if you want to do this in a safe fashion, you can clear some of these ads out. But if he when you do damage to the boss, that's when you're going to spawn ads. So if you have the ability to do damage to him in a somewhat safe fashion, you may as well do it and just embrace that more ads are going to be coming. Or die. That too. Great timing. Good job. If you are going to die here, doing it in the very beginning is probably the best time to do it. So you get at least a clean attempt and you didn't waste too much time because your timer is still going. Same thing, rally flag. A bird just flew in front of my window. Totally random. Same thing though. Don't get too far back so that guy doesn't, so the chieftain doesn't see you. Turn around, bud. I want to shoot you in the face. Break that shield. Like, no, I'm going to throw a grenade in that room so hopefully this guy can die. Same thing on the other side of the hall. Now, he's jumpy. This is why... Well, he's jumpy enough that I can't even hit his butt. But his snipes hurt. That's why I was like... Now, this is where I'm going to tell you that I pop a super. So I suggest you probably do the same. I normally don't always say use a super. But this back corner gets to be a little chaotic. Nova Bomb, Invisible, Spectral Blades, whatever you're going to do, use it and clear the corner so you got some place to work. Now, the boss is up there. You can see him. Same thing, the grenades. That's why getting your grenades back quick is really going to make a difference. And you want to kill this guy quickly, I promise you, because the next part is just going to be a bit more. So if you can stay in this corner and not deal with all the other ads, you'll be okay. Now, sometimes you have to apparently do some damage to him. Throw that grenade up there and kill that guy. I don't know if more ads just need down or what the actual specific piece of why he goes invulnerable there. Because he really doesn't do it most of the time. Ow, he does hurt though. Eventually he's gonna die and gonna despawn your ads, which is good.
Ikora, I'm sorry, but it doesn't look
So
like
wait
there's
for the
anything
deep side
here
to show
but
up.
The statue.
There it is, so you can move fast.
Please don't tell me the Guardian did all
One,
this for
2,
nothing.
3,
No, there's something there,
4,
I swear.
5.
Wait. The
Middle,
object is the statue
outside.
itself.
Or one part
Middle,
of the statue.
top.
That worm familiar
Don't
looks
jump
like
too
it's a
soon, you gotta have
separate
something to
piece.
jump onto, so
Of
hit the
course.
reveal.
This is Savathun's
Shoot these
temple
on your way
after all.
down.
There had to be a trick in it.
Grab the worm, and then the Ahamkara is gonna show up, and now we gotta stun the Ahamkara. Hitting the Ahamkara is not that bad. I'll show you. So what you want to do is basically wait till it opens its mouth to fire the first time, and then go opposite one of these pillars for cover.
That's impossible.
So here, wait for it to finish firing. 1, 2, 3.
I knew the Ahamkara were gone. I knew there was one left. At least one.
It only takes like 3 or 4 shots with something like a sniper rifle.
This has to
Now you're
be
gonna get some ads to spawn, so grenades and pick them off. These guys are all screebs. They're not bad.
Ikora's right. This is an illusion. Just a very, very realistic one.
This is Heart of Inmost Light, so if you're a Titan player, I recommend looking into this exotic. It's actually really been great this season. If they get all up on you, then you can definitely run, but they're also good for ammo, so there's that. There you go. If you get everything cleaned out and you know it's coming back, same thing. Your goal, when it fires, is to be basically pre-firing as soon as the mouth goes orange.
The hive magic powering that illusion is limited. If you escape, it
You only
can't
get a certain
follow.
number of shots, but it doesn't take a ton to really move it back.
Completely blocked.
Spin that ammo. Now we've got our bigger boys, so now it's time to take care of our abominations. Also gonna have a couple of snipers across the way. Vortex grenade works really well on these, so embrace it. Thing is, you don't have quite as much room to move, but if you need to come around the sides, that's okay. Cycle around, watch the screebs. That's the big issue. And again, if you fly over the top, you should be able to dodge a screeb if you move fast enough. Now, if they're mostly down, you probably have a raider over here. Just make sure you got no screebs left. Oh yeah, so you got 25 minutes, so we should be good on time. We're almost there. So again, I usually literally just swap sides. You only get about enough time for those 2 shots. That's going to move it. You got to kill what just spawned, which is going to be more abominations, so they hurt. So watch those snipes. This is why I told you void. Most of the shields are going to be void, and almost everything in this room is 100% going to be void. Ooh, Abomination felt like joining the party. Yeah, be ready to deal with those guys quick. Arbalist hits hard, Sniper would work, but Arbalist is just more ammo efficient. Alright, should come back out and should get the final push. You just need to do literally enough damage to the face. It's not much. Yeah, just hit it with something reasonably hard. You got 2 guys that spawn here. I would move to your left so you have cover from the guy at the top. Hit the raider up at the top. And then now you gotta run. Nothing but run. There's one part where I'm gonna tell you guys that you got enough of a time buffer now, let's say 112k, where there's one point I'm gonna tell you to stop, but you gotta move. There's no going slow here. Save your grenade. Save your grenade here. Keep it because I promise you you're going to want it for one little section that I just choose to fight. Also, there's a champion. If you're going for platinum rewards, you probably do want to fight it. But you got 2 minutes. It's not too bad. You can literally drive past almost everything here. It's not too dramatic. There's one section, though, with the champion that you do kind of have to stop for. Try and hit the ramp. Not where I went for. That was a little precarious. You drive straight at some of the bigger guys, they tend to move out of the way, which works. This one, not as much, but yeah, when you come around here, this is where I'm going to tell you guys to either pop a super, Nova Bomb, but you're going to want to kill this champion as quick as you can. There we go. He is dead. That is the only champion you got to kill. So if you skip everything else, that is okay, because the other one is just a normal chieftain, and head up to the top.
Ghost. Guardian.
Got it in under 25 minutes, and there's my 118k, so apparently I'm consistent. Now, will I get a guarantee of anything? No. But I have had Ascendant Alloy here before, so let's see if I get one.
We got it. Thanks for the concern, Finch.
And I didn't get one. I have got like 3 of these things already, so it is just luck of the draw. But that is how to run the Cunning on Legend, platinum rewards, 100,000 points. So hopefully this helps you guys. If you did enjoy the video, please drop a like below. Leave a comment if you've got anything with regards to loadout, because I know there's going to be a lot of options for this one. So loadouts that you use, I want to see those in the comments below. If you have success and you get something cool, like, you know, let me know your alloy runs, depending on if you have good or bad luck on those and everything else. If you want to find me on Twitter, it's Ebontis. If you want to find me streaming, which I'll be streaming a lot of Elden Ring when this goes up today, I'll probably be streaming Elden Ring peppered in my variety streams for a while. If you want to find me right here on YouTube, though, hit that subscribe button, hit the alert bell. And those of you that have gone the extra mile for becoming a YouTube channel member or a Patreon subscriber, thank you the extra much. All of you are amazing. I'll see you soon.